Our next speaker is Dr. Florence Tica Isidoro, the principal of International Baptist College and Seminary. She's here to discuss a vital topic, educational empowerment, empowering children with online safety education. Dr. Florence will share the school's role in teaching children about online predators and suggest important school policies for awareness, prevention, and protection. Let's warmly welcome Dr. Florence Tica Isidoro.
We were going to do a CR break, so if anybody needs to go, I understand, that we need to actually pasaksak naman po. Ako po ay hindi IT professional, hindi kagaya ng mga dalawang nakalipas, pero ang masasabi ko lang po, last week, last month pala, sabi ko ng asawa ko, bakit parang doon sa phone ko, may lumalabas na an air tag is following you. Hinangkip sa liting kasawa. Parang mo sa mga nakakaintindi ng Apple technology, nilagyan ko po siya ng air tag para alam ko kung nasan siya. Na hindi wala naman akong duda kung nasan siya. Natuwa lang ako, nilagay ko doon sa kanyang golf bag. So sabi niya sa akin, alam mo lang, may lumalabas sa phone ko, air tag is following you. Kahit saan ako magpunta. But, Pastor, as a parent, napansin ko kanina, relax. Ang mga magulang, after magsalita, nung unang dalawa, mga nanginginig na sila. Kinakabahan na, it's like being made aware of what's really out there. I am Florence Tica Isidoro, and my topic is online vigilance in education. Last night, tama po, si Pastor Dennis, sabi niya, kanina, ang tagal, as late as last night, and this morning, nag-i-edit pa ng mga presentation, yung mga speakers today, and the reason for that really is sobrang bilis ng technology, kung ano-ano po, ang ginagawa ng mga matatalinong tao na para bang ang layunin ay gapiin ang ating mga pamilya. Last night, one of my children approached me and said, "Ma, look at this. This is somebody who was hacked from Telegram." Sabi ko, and I was reading over my notes, sabi ko, yeah, meron ako niyan. Sabi niya, may Telegram ka? Sabi ko, yeah, may Telegram ako niyan. Kasi, yung mga ladies sa aming church, meron kaming GC. Kaya lang, sa GC kasi pati yung mga messages, verses, devotions, ng lahat. Sa Telegram, ang bilis mag-send ng pictures. Sino mo dito may Telegram app? Ayan, yan po yung tinitignan ng anak ko kagabi. Sabi niya, Ma, do you know that ang daming na-hack sa Telegram at ang daming na-victimize. And reading over it, those of you who are familiar with God, anybody familiar with God? Salamat sa Panginoon, wala, buti na lang. Kasi may usapan si God, at saka si Doc. Recently, a couple of weeks ago, the doctor and God had a conversation, and they were saying, sabi ni Pastor Dennis, i-report nyo sa inyong mga magulang. And your parents could say, stop, and threaten them. And say, don't talk to my children again, or else, i-report kita sa NBI. So sabi ni God, oh, that's easy. All you have to do is say, okay, reporting me, send. So lahat po ng AI na ginawa nilang kalokohan, doon sa picture ng inyong anak, o picture ninyo, dahil sinend ng anak nyo, ang inyong family picture, ay all over the net, and it's not even you. Before I continue, there's a table back there that I have personally invited, and they are digital resources, and they are one with our aim today, to protect the family. I encourage you to go visit them, to see what resources they have, what parental controls they can offer you. And sabi nga ni Brother Net, invest. Dahil po ang ating mga anak ay nag-i-invest ng kanilang time. We invest in so many other things, and it is a good thing to invest in. So, ayan na po. Let's move to our slide here. As an educator, I just want to say that last year, after the pandemic, we became aware of different difficulties na naabot ng mga bata, na nagkaroon ng mga bata after the pandemic. We even had students, and the teacher is actually here. On the first day of school, one of the students approached her and tried to touch her face. Sabi niya, bakit ako inihipo yung mukha ko ng batang ito? The child was trying to check kung totoong mukha yun or computer screen. We have to remember the pandemic happened in 2020. At that time, those children who were in preschool, 2020, 2021, they were on online education. They were having their education by remote. Sa mga tuwid, ang kausap po nila ay Zoom or Google Classroom or Google Meet or some of the other ones, Messenger, which is, by the way, a little on the miserable side. So, ang nakikita lang ng mga bata, ang kausap lang nila ay mga TV screens or computer screens. At the beginning, nung nag-umpisa po ang pandemic, nung March, ang sinabi ng Department of Education, all schools must stop face-to-face. Ito po ay March 8. That was our last day of school. Lahat kami hindi prepared. As a principal, I didn't even know, well, I heard about it, but didn't really know what Zoom was, how it even worked. Pagkatapos po ng PDF, everybody sort of knows what PDF is now. Pero nung panahon na yun, we didn't really know what it was for. Gaano siya kahalaga. After that, we started meeting classes sa IBC. Ang naging problema po namin, and I don't mind saying this, konti lang po talaga ang parents that pay you for the whole year. Right? And nawalan ng trabaho ang mga magulang. Nawalan din po ng kita ang school. Paano na ngayon babayaran sa sweldohan ang mga teacher? Ang ginawa namin, sabi namin, alright, teachers, we are one in this problem. Everybody start to write modules. When you write your modules, the school will buy them from you. Doon po namin nilagay yung funds. Paggawa ng teacher ng online module, binabayaran namin. Kaya po pag-umpisa ng klase, online, meron na po ang IBC, the Learning Management System, na-upload na po yung mga modules. Ngayon, Zoom. All of a sudden, the children were exposed to what they look like on camera. Nung una, excited pa yung mga bata. Sino mo dito may mga bata na nag-Zoom during the pandemic? Ayan. Excited pa sila no? Dati, yung mga kunyari, woke up like this, pero may ipit na. Yung pagandahan pa ng itsura, meron mga iba-ibang klaseng hat. And it was exciting at that time. Actually, we have a child na nagka-problema sila sa tahanan. So, walang maghatid sa kanya sa school. So, ano nangyari? Okay, let us help you out. Ang IBC may blended learning yan. So, you can still attend your classes online. Maganda po ang nagawa ng digital world sa edukasyon. Ang problema lang po, sa lahat ng kagandahan yan, ito ay two faces of the same coin. Napansin po namin na merong mga bata, pagdating ng pasukan, hindi sila marunong maglaro. Recess time, and everybody's sitting there. Bawal ang cellphone eh. Recess time, lalabas yung pagkain. Sitting there, wala nag-uusap. Bakit wala nag-uusap? It's sort of like, bakit hindi kayo nag-uusap? Eh kasi kausap mo na sa screen lang eh. So the children weren't talking. And then, you say, go play. And they're standing there going, hindi na sila marunong maglaro. Ang kausap po nila, karamihan ng kanilang friends, virtual. They were actually older people who were asking for their addresses, who were saying, I'm here, outside your door. Paano nangyari yun, sir? Eh kasi share my location. O kaya nauso yung ATM. Ayan. Kami po mga baby boomer ang mahilig sa ATM. Sino po ang gumamit niya? Hindi yung card, yung at the moment. At the moment. Mega trade hall. Mamaya may tumitingin na sa'yo, at the moment pala. Nakikita kita sa Facebook. Nauso po yun eh. Kaya tinawagan namin ang aming kapulisan. Buti na lang po. Eto katatapos lang nito. Last month, this was our symposium. We want to thank the Mandaluyong PNP. Sobrang supportive po nila sa IBC. At sa lahat ng paralan. By the way, there are school owners here. There are school administrators. Please use your police force to make the children aware. This is from grade 7 to grade 12. They had a symposium on OSAIC and OSAM. Alright, online sexual abuse and exploitation. Please make use of that. Kasi po ang ating mga police force, they are very helpful when it comes to that. Ayan po, the next slide please. Online vigilance as applied to education. Internet vigilance is increasingly critical. Dito po sa ating mundo ngayon, tama sabi ni Sir, hindi na natin ito may iwasan. Hindi na natin kayang baguhin. In fact, the principals are talking now whether we should stop trying to emphasize writing. And for a while, the Department of Education actually floated that. And tinanggal ang writing sa preschool. So, in-emphasize ang reading, and English speaking and sentence construction. Tapos tinanggal ang writing. So now, we have children who speak English so well with a British accent, like Peppa Pig, and yet write like Caesar the monkey. Hindi mo naman magsulat. Sino mo si Caesar? Yung Planet of the Apes. Hindi mo nag-try siya sa word. Ganon, pero ang galing magsalita. Pero mali-mali ang grammar. Ito po naging effect sa edukasyon. Ang secret ay naka-yellow. Collaboration. Why? We must emphasize, we must use the benefits of the online world and minimize the risks. Ayan. Two sides of the same coin. I used to say, even people are two sides of the same coin. Kung ang inyong asawa ay sweet, sabi natin, nako, mag-ingat ka, seryoso yan. Bakit? Kasi two sides of the same coin. Sabi natin, nako, kaya ako pinakasalan yan, kasi sobrang alagang-alaga niya yung kanyang pamilya. And then a year later, ano nangyari? Ba't kayo nagkakaproblema? Kasi alagang-alaga niya yung pamilya niya. Hindi ako kasali. Two sides of the same coin. Sinasabi ko po ba na lahat ng bagay two sides of the same coin? Mamaya aayusin po natin yan. But the digital world is that. Maraming benefits tayo nakuha. Kaya lang at the same time, maraming risks. Ayan. What are the strengths? Well, the strengths are easy. Right? It's made online education possible. Couple of months ago, we had a student that was diagnosed with a very rare and terrible disease. Sabi niya, paano yan, ma'am? Hindi na ako makakapasok. Kahit iuwi ko po lahat ng libro ko, hindi ko na maintindihan. Ang hirap kaya intindihin ng mathematics kung wala nag-lecture. Kung ikaw lang mag-isa ang nagbabasa, what about scientific? The way you think, kailangan may nag-lecture. Ang hirap kaya kung ikaw lang nagbabasa. Pero because of online education, the child is able to listen in to the conversation. He's able to see his classmates, nakapag-participate pa rin siya. Alright? So, ayan na po. Online education is synergized. Usong-usong po yan salitang yan. Ibig sabihin yung energy from from different sources is into one. Ang galing talaga ng online education. Plus yung cost. Mas mura, imbes na mag-hire ka ng tutor. Sabihin mo, anak, tignan mo itong link na to sa YouTube. Tuturuan ka niyan. How to. Ayan. And plus, you can access education anytime. Nung panahon namin, pag may discovery sa Europe, we had to wait kasi order ka ng aklat. Nasa Amerika kami, order ka ng aklat sa Europe, tapos saka may mail sa'yo, which would be 4 to 6 weeks. Right? By the time it's 4 to 6 weeks, babasahin mo, research mo, may bago na naman sila. Tapos ang mahal pa nun. Pero ngayon, you go to the internet and everything is there. Merong information explosion. Tapos mas maliit pa ang cost. The first time that IBC was online, pati field trip po namin ay virtual. Ayan. Lahat po kami nakapunta sa Masumi Mountain Range. Pinasok namin yung mga hindi po kami kumita dyan. Pero, at least nakita namin yung mga caves. Everything, the cost. Ang challenge. What are the threats? It made offline education less interesting. Right? Ngayon, yung mga teacher, kung ano na ang ginagawa, good morning, class. Bakit kayo nato? Di ba ano lang, concentrating lang. Eh kasi, hanggang gabi naka-ML kayo, hindi kayo nagtaas na kamay. Kilala ko kasi sino kayo. Nakikita ko kayo dito, sa tabi. Yung mga nakaupo dyan, nakiki-wifi po ng church. Mga basta, nakita ko po yung mga yan. Ayan. Made offline education less interesting. Assurance that information is both accurate and age appropriate. Ako po ay na-diagnose with cancer several years back. Ang research nun, ang sabi nila, ang soy daw ay maganda para sa mga may cancer. It's a good substitute for rice and white flour and all of that. So everybody was taking soy. Wait ako, kailangan natin yan. Biglang may lumabas na bagong research. Sabi, hindi, wag. Kasi yung soy, it masks as estrogen. Lalo ang mapapalagay, biglang tigil. Hindi na natin alam kung ano ang information na tama. Hindi na natin alam kung anong accurate, kung ano ang factual. And besides, the children, hindi na rin nila iniintindi kung totoo nga ba yan o hindi. Even in the world of theology, Pastor Hermie and our pastors here know about that. Ngayon, iba-iba na pati ang theology. Tundin mo na ko yun. Kasi ang gaganda ng mga facts na pinipresent, we don't think anymore if they are true or not. We just look, wow, ang daming facts. And there is a difference between facts and truth. There. So they encourage learners to stay at home, eliminating the need for face-to-face interaction. Inaantok na po kayo. Pakitaas po ang kamay at pakiganito. Kailan ka po gumaganyan? Kapag natatakot. Kailan ka po gumaganito? Ha? Pag hindi alam, pag confused. Alright? Kailan ka po gaganito? Pag nagkakamali. So, meron pong mga bata na lagi nakaganito. Nahihiya kasi mali eh. They know that they're not always right. Hindi sila kasing galing ng iba. Nahihiya sila. Meron mga bata na confused. Right? Ano nga ba ang totoo? Ano nga ba ang dapat? Meron mga bata na ganito. They're afraid. Eto po, everybody do this. Pag nakaganyan po ang inyong kamay, hindi na nakikita ng mga tao na nagkakamot kayo. Hindi na nakikita ng mga tao knows. They could be abused and they're afraid. Nobody knows. They could be confused. Paano nga ba yan, ma'am? Hindi ko na ibinitibali na mag-off na lang ako ng camera because it's covered. Ito po ang nangyari. Next, strength. It allowed resources to be more accessible and expedited statistical data. Di po ba, bilis na kayo ng statistical data? Meron kaming nabanggit ni Sir, ChatGPT, ikaw na Sir. In-encourage mo ka ng ChatGPT. Meron kaming nagre-research Tapos tinanong lang yung research question, binasa na. And by the way, this phenomenon is seen across the country. And so we ask, wow, the effect of effect of visual aids on child's learning. Anong phenomenon yan? Visual aids on Sunday school teaching. Anong phenomenon? Nag-ChatGPT ka ba? Di po. Hindi talaga. Anong ginamit mo? Grammarly lang po, pero sabi ko lagyan, sound educational. Merong mga ganon. So ano po nangyari? Yung dating estudyante na medyo tamad, mas matalino na sila ngayon, pero tamad pa rin. So it is expedited research and it's allowed the problems to be hidden. Itinago na po ang mga problema. Ayan. Those are the strengths. Threats. Sino po dito nakakaalam ng Bloom's taxonomy? Alam natin yan, remembering, understanding, analyzing, applying, creating. Alam na natin yan. The threats, when we heavily rely on AI or the internet, we lose the need to remember. Diba? Let's define the word. Onomatopoeia. So the student goes, figures. Ano sabihin ko? Anak, hindi yung sabi ni Google. Yung sabi mo. There's no more need to remember. Kasi lahat ng bagay nasa phone. Lahat ng bagay nasa internet. So, ang nangyayari po, even yung honor students natin, na nagmamarch dito with honors. Pag tinanong mo, anak, ano nga ba yung di ko maalala mo, hello? Grade 5 pa ako niyan. Mag-grade 6 na ako. Sabi lang naman. Pero diba, wala na kasing reason to remember. It's so quick na yung estudyante. Sila yung gumagano. Gumanong ka lang doon. Gumanong ka. Oh, ayan. Ayan, facts presented may be incomplete or out of context. Hindi na kailangan mag-critical thinking. Kung ano na lang yung sinabi nung internet, yun na lang ang sinasabi. Hindi na natin tinatanong, paano? Bakit? Kailan? Yun pala yung example na yun, ginawa sa Africa. Alright, ako po nadali ako niyan. May apo na po ako I have a grandchild, nakita ko sa YouTube. Pag ginupit mo daw yung kantyan na bag, nilagyan mo ng paa, sinaksak mo yung apo mo doon. May walker ka na ngayon. Dala-dala mo ngayon yung apo mo kahit saan pumunta. Right? Yun nakalagay sa YouTube Sabi mo ba? Kasi saya-saya niya. Sinubukan mo po ito sa aking apo. Ang galing mo na apo ko, umiyak. Ikaw mo naman na ilagay sa bag. Masakit pa pala yun sa singit, So, sabi ko, maarte lang yung apo ko. Nilagay ko yung pamangkin apo ko kay Annie. Umiyak din po. So, anyway, we look at these things. We copy them without even thinking critically. Wala pa ako isip. Hindi ko ba naisip na masakit sa singit yun? Sipin mo, inihila mo yung bag. Tinatalbog-talbog mo yung bata. I mean, you would actually think of these things, but you saw it on the internet, and the child looked like he was having fun. So you assumed that it was going to work for you. Even reliable data may be biased. Kasi po, depende minsan sa nagbabayad ng research. Alright? So there. And then of course, we won't even go into AI. And of course, copyright concerns. Lalo po yung mga ibang artificial intelligence natin. Marami na ngayong umaangal. Sabi nila, ako nag-invento niyan, but well, alright, stress. Open online commerce and access to essential services. Kaya, napakabilis na po ngayon. Nagpunta na ba kayo sa mall lately? Parang ang konti lang namimili, no? Kahit yung 5-day sale, lahat ng tao nasa kainan, wala na halos namimili. Kasi, pagka meron kang binibiling, halimbawa, clothes, you go there and you go, oh wow, ang ganda nito. 300, isada yan. Wow, ang ganda ng shoes. So, what ka, 1 for 50 Shein. Meron pa akong points. So, may minus pa. Wala na mo halos namimili. What amazed me was Borzo and ano pa ba iba? Lala Move. Grabe yun. May naiwan ka sa Bulacan. Hindi mo na iintayin next week. Pagdating ng pamangkin mo. Sabi sa'yo, Lala Move ka na lang. Bayaran mo na lang. Pagdating dyan. Mamaya nandiyan na yung motor. Walang isang oras galing Bulacan. Ang galing. I mean, these things. It opens online commerce and access to essential services. What drives me still crazy today is online consultation. May doktor po ba dito? Naka-broadcast ba dito? Baka nakikinig yung doktor ko. It drives me crazy. Right? Nakapag-online consultation na kayo. Kayo din, ha? Tapos sabihin ng doktor, hindi ako malalim. Okay. Lapit ka, tingnan ko mata mo. Diba? Totoo po yan. Totoo yan. Tapos biglang, I will send you the prescription. You just go to PayPal, and you pay this, and then, yung prescription ka na agad. Tapos bigla kang may pneumonia. Ano lang yun, break in. Pneumonia. Sana hindi na rin yung pero totoo po yan, di ba? Everything is now online. What are the threats of that? Proliferation of online fraud. Mas magaling po sila mag-discuss dyan. Stealing of personal information through phishing. They'll tell you that hindi po yan pangingisda, and they'll explain that to you later. Of course, social media scams. What scared me the other day? Sino po dito nanonood ng short movies? Sabi, ang bilis ko naman. Yeah. Yung The Billionaire's Wife, talaga. Pag pindot mo, 200. Pag gano'n, nabawasan ng 200. Yung bakit nalagay sa ano? Kasi po, kasama po yan sa lahat ng scam. Finally, tinuruan ko po yung isang nanonood na nakilala ko na ganyan. Kasi nangyari, napapindot siya. Iba-ibang episode and past minutes. Remember that movie I told you to watch? Part pala yan ng big scam. Kasama siya sa gambling scheme. And it's this movie, I'm not advertising it, but I watched it, and it was recommended to me by the people back there. It's called No More Bets. And it was talking about how these people not only do pogo, but depende sa kakayanan mo as a computer programmer, doon ka nila i-assign. Kung sa fashion, kung sa pagkain, sabi niya, well, just release the other episode, but stop at Let them push the button. Wow! So finally, yung taong kausap ko na nanonood ng short movies, I said, you know what you need to do? Kunin mo yung title, lagay mo sa YouTube, nandun na yun. Lagay mo, ending, para matapos na lahat ng problema mo. Pero lahat po ito, all of this is part of that. And kanina nabanggit ni Sir Roblox, para po sa aming mga baby boomers, hindi namin naintindihan ang salitang platform. Pero naintindihan namin ang Netflix. Lahat po ba dito may Netflix? Alam niyo po kung yung Netflix? Pag meron kang Netflix, merong documentaries, merong movies, may Filipino movies, meron mga movies na not so good. Ganun po yung Roblox. Merong games ng thrill, merong games ng pang baby-baby, may games na pang girls, may dress-up. Pero meron din ang pagkakaiba lang ng Roblox tsaka Netflix, kung ano lang yung meron ng Netflix, yun lang napapanood mo. Sa Roblox po kasi, pwede mong sabihin, hey, message sa Discord. By the way, Discord, hindi po yan Messenger. Pakilipat po ngayon slide. Ayun po, napakarami na nila ngayon. Snapchat, WeChat, Discord, ano pa ba yung mga yan? Sobrang dami, hindi ko na po maalala. Pero yan, kung kilala niyo po, ang lahat ng yan, Telegram, Twitter, Line, WhatsApp, Reddit, of course, Viber, Sessions, Confide, Dust, napakarami po yan. Ang masaklap dyan, sa mga yan, next slide please, may guarantee po yan. Can law enforcement read your chats? Noong unang panahon, akala natin, sorry po sa ating PNP, akala natin, lahat ng chat, natitrace nila. Pero ito na po, meron ng mga third-party communication places na hindi na nilang matitrace. Pwede ka lang gumawa ng kalokohan nang wala na talagang makakalam. Yung next slide, kapatid. Ayan na po yung guarantee. No phone numbers, no data breaches, no footprints, open source, censorship resistant. Ito po, sa WeChat lang yan. WeChat lang yan, kuya. As marami po sa ating may WeChat. Bakit tayo may WeChat kung meron tayong mga kaibigan na nasa China? Yan. Yan po yung pinakamabilis eh. Meron kaming may estudyante na nagpunta sa China and we had to download WeChat and that's why I know what that is. Talagang doon po, mabilis magpadala ng lessons, mabilis sumagot ang bata, pero yan. Yan yun. So you can do all kinds of crazy things. Tapos hindi ka mahuhuli. So dito sa Roblox, ang ginagawa nila, sabihin, hey, I'm a new game developer. I'll give you Robux, but you have to rate my game. Ayan, nung una ko pong na-realize sa mga bagay na yan, bilang principal, galit na galit po ako. Ang dahilan nun, nakikita ko po sa mga bata, I have small children who know English curse words. Paano nangyari yun? Tagalog naman ang salita sa bahay. Bakit ang galing mag-English na mura nito? I have small children who call other people the N-word. Yung mga itim na masasama. And we say, have you even seen one in real life? They don't know what a nigger is, but they call people that. And I'm saying, why? Why would you do that? And then, I was talking to one of the children, and they said, well, you know, she told me, I'm going to take your mama to bed. She told me, I'm going to rape your mama. And I was like, hey, wait, what are you talking about? Ano to? Ay, hindi po, ano lang yan? Language lang yan. Why? Ano ba yung rape? They know what it is. Pero they didn't mean to say it. It's just language. Pastor Dennis touched on that a little bit kanina. Language has changed. I was speaking to a small girl and she was complaining that one person in her neighborhood was grooming her. Nung nagkukwento yung bata, ang akala nung staff na kasama ko, ang sinasabi, ay, alam, inaayusan siya ng buhok, grooming siya ng ganyan. Hindi na yan grooming, brother. That's different already. Yan yung grooming nung panahon ni Tony Galvez at ni Ricky Reyes. Kayo, don't age me. Ay, judgmental kayo. Nakikita ko kayo. Namumulong kayo. Sino ba si Tony Galvez? Siya kung wala makeup ko. Alright, pero hindi na po ganun ang grooming na yun. Ang grooming, ibig sabihin, ang pakiramdam ng bata na 8 years old, pinalalaki siya nung isang kakilala niyang kapitbahay para one day meron silang gawin na pang mag-asawa. That's what she was saying. It's a small child. How do you learn these things? Because language has changed. The people around you have changed. Eto na po yun. Bad words. I'm going to bash your head in. Ang mga bata ngayon, napansin niyo po ba, sino po dito mga teacher? Merong minsan mga bata, dati hindi naman sila ganon. Nakikinig, biglang tatayo. Walang paalam. And you're saying, hello, teacher here. Yung mga nakikita, ma'am, may I stand up? Noong panahon namin, ma'am, may I go out lagi eh. Lagi ka lang taas. One finger pag CR, two fingers pag may sabihin ka. You know, may code. Pero my children just talk. When there's something in their head, you're lecturing and they're talking. Really loud. Really loud too. Why? Why do they just talk? And why do they hurt each other? There's a study that says watching online violence does not encourage actual violence. In fact, it teaches the child the difference between fantasy and reality. Bahala po kayo kung naniniwala kayo sa research na yan. Sikat yan na yun eh. Pero sa totoo lang po, sa nakikita ko sa mga bata, the way they speak to each other, I'm gonna bash your head in. I'm gonna hit you. Pagsipa, groin na guy. What? Where do you learn these things? Ayan na po yan. Our children speak. Our children have crowds that we don't know about anymore. Social isolation. Ayan. Internet addiction. Ayan, nakamit ko yan kanina. Loss of face-to-face connection. Sa Tinti po, I have never, that I remember, asked IBC to go to Enchanted Kingdom. Ayoko po ng Enchanted Kingdom. Nagra-rides po ako ng matitinding rides. For some reason, ayoko lang ng Enchanted Kingdom. Pero last year, saan po nag-field trip IBC? Sa Enchanted Kingdom, in-question po ako. Na marami tao, uy ma'am, gagawa na, Enchanted Kingdom. Hindi. Kaya po kami nagpunta doon, di marunong maglaro ang mga bata. Children didn't know how to have fun outside. They didn't know what it was like to ride a ride and be excited about something they can feel. Not just pounding in your chest dahil naka-headphones ka. Alright? Loss of face-to-face connection and escapism caused by desensitization to real-life violence. Nakikita mo na eh, violent na sa labas. Yung pinagtaling ko yan kanina, noong una pong ginagawa ang slides na to, puro ganun, may video pa. Ganun mo ako kagalit. Tapos sabi ng mga anak, ma'am, grabe naman yan. Mga yan. Finally, the other day, I was trying to upload the video, biglang nawala. So sabi ko, sabi ng Panginoon mo na kasi it will spread fear and hopelessness. Bagaman parang fearful and hopeless na. We'll get to that in a minute. It introduces players to using foul and threatening language. And then of course there's cyberbullying. You're dumb. You're a stupid. Online. Sa mga GC. Meron na po dito, mga anak, no? Sa mga GC, sino? I'm not even asking. And kids are raising their hand. Diba? Engot, bobo. And then all of these characters, yung exclamation point, hashtag, parang pinagmumura ka na. All of these things and all of those cyberbullying. Ito po ang nakikita natin. Bakit? Kasi gusto natin ma-entertain ang mga bata. Kinapos ko na kapatid. 2 minutes. Cyberbullying mo. Dumalik. Yan lang po nakikita natin. Bakit ba natin binigyan ng iPad, ng cellphone? The other day, somebody told me, bait ng anak ko eh. Ang sabi ko sa kanya, baby, sabi niya sa kanya little girl, if you do well on your exams, I'm gonna give you Robux. Napunit yung puso ko. Bakit ba? Kasi we want our children to be happy. We're trying to entertain them. We're trying to get them off our back. Anak, imbis na ako tanungin, mas alam ni YouTube. Eto, kilala niya, oh. Ma, paano mo magluto? Anak, how to? Afritada. Best recipes. Alright, sige, go there. So the children go there. That's exactly what they do. We give them the internet to keep them away. Kasi ang dami natin trabaho eh. We give them the internet so that they will be entertained. Okay naman yan. We give them the internet so that they will be silent in the home. Konting me time naman. We give them the internet so they can learn to study on their own. Very good. We give them the internet so that they can stop asking us questions kasi yung answers natin incomplete, sa internet complete. So what happens? It's the other side of the coin. They're entertained without you. They stay away from you. There's silence in the home because they don't need to hear your voice anymore. They hear other people's voice. They're able to study on your own. Kung yung knowledge mo, hindi ko na kailangan tutuin mo. They don't need to ask you questions anymore because they can find all the answers and even more on the internet. Is that what we want? It's two sides of the same coin. Hindi po lahat ng bagay two sides of the same coin. Ang online digital world is two sides of the same coin. Pero sabi po ng Bible, huwag ka mamangka sa dalawang ilog. Hindi pa Bible ang nagsabi ng huwag ka mamangka sa dalawang ilog. Ang sabi po ng Bible, ang tao, hindi siya two sides of the same coin. In fact, he said it's one. He said you need to put off so that you can put on. You said put away so that you can be. Isa lang po ang tao. Laalala po ba natin yung, ano na nga ba yun? Yung mga batang na ganito. Tatakot. Yung mga batang mapahiya. Yung mga batang nagagalit. Lahat po yan nakatago sa internet. Huwag natin sila itago. Makilaro. Sabi nga ni Sir, makinuod. Makinig. Makipagkilala sa mga kalaro. Make your home a safe place. Hindi po ibig sabihin ng safe, tinatanggap kita kahit anong anak. Paano naging safe yun? Ma'am, yung pong anak nyo, nagmura, ay alam mo. Palamura talaga siya. Paano naging safe yun? Pagkaiba ang minura niya, hindi niyan safe. It's not safe. Make your relationship. I-correct natin. relationship a safe space. Ma, ganito na ako eh. Tanggapin mo ko kasi mahal mo ko. Hindi po. Kasi pag ginawa natin yun, hindi na siya magiging safe. Lalaitin, sasaktan, masasaktan. How do we make them safe? We say, hey, look, mababa grade mo. Alright? Buti sinabi mo sa akin. Saan ka ba nahirapan? Ayusin natin. And then it will be safe. Ma, pakaramdam ko talaga. Yung mga kaklase ko talaga sabi nila, ang pangit ko daw, ba't pa ganito yung ilong ko? Eh anak, kaya ganyan ilong mo, mahal ako ni Jesus. Ha? Anong pakialam ng mahal ka ni Jesus sa ilong ko? Kasi anak, yung talina mong yan, yung tangkat mong yan, yung bait mong yan, pagagandahin pa ilong mo, kawan mo. Make it a safe place. Your relationship, talk. But don't just talk. Correct, help them to get it. Kasi po, pag nalaman nila kung saan sila nadapa, kung saan sila nakasira, kung saan nagkamali, at inayos natin dalawa, then and only then will it be safe. Make sure they know God has a plan. Make them know you will do all you can for them to realize that plan. Kita niyo po yung slide na nakaganito. Kasi po, sabi, if you are a person who doesn't pledge to anything, then you will pledge to everything. Sabi nila, iba na raw ang bata ngayon, pareho lang. Pareho lang po ang bata noon. Pareho din ang bata ngayon. Sino po nagbago? Magulang. Tayo po nagbago. Things that we thought noon na bawal sa atin sa mga magulang natin, ngayon, hindi, iba na sila eh. But it's the same. Yung mga batang ayaw umuwi nun sa barkada, ngayon, ayaw natin patigilin sa pag-i-internet. Hindi natin sinasabihan. It's the same. 62 na po ako eh. Bata pa yata ako, I graduated. I started teaching when I was 18. So I'm 62 now. I've stood in this place many, many times. Sometimes we talk about behavioral issues. Sometimes we talk about mga problema noon, depression, suicide. Ngayon naman, internet, pareho lang po. We need to teach our children to pledge allegiance to the one who has control. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, with all your strength. Yun pong mga nakatago, na nakaganto, yung mga nakaganon, yung mga nakaganyan, yun pong mga nakaganon. Lahat yan sa itago natin, Lord,